Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and we are glad that you're joining us. I've got the picture up there. I don't know if you saw that, but when I saw this "Don't Panic," I was scrolling
That's the name
through
of our devotion.
Yeah, the name of our devotion. I thought this is exactly. Look how big the eyes are, and look at the hair standing up. You know, we've all had those situations. Amen. Well, Proverbs 16, verse 3 in the Amplified says, "Roll your works upon the Lord, commit and trust them wholly to Him. He will cause your thoughts to become agreeable to His will, and so shall your plans be established and succeed."
Praise
Amen.
God.
You know, you may be on the edge of a decision, a major decision, a change maybe in your job or your personal life or something like that, and you know that you need God's guidance, direction in that, and you're hoping desperately to hear from the Lord, you know. And sometimes, God doesn't always move in our time, does He?
No.
You know, and I think because of that, many times we become panicked. Wait a minute. I don't have a word from the Lord yet. I need a word, Lord. I need a word.
Yeah, and you're trying to keep yourself from making a decision
Yes.
in your own
Yes.
emotions.
Yes.
So many times our emotions get in there and we panic.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you're not going to move. I'm going to have to take care of this myself.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Now you're in trouble.
Yeah. Then you do look like our little guy there.
Hey, listen, if you're about to make a decision, don't panic, okay? Wait upon the Lord. Let the Lord give you the right word. And, Marcia, we like to say it comes through our spirit, but many times I've had people come up and start sharing with me, and they start sharing with me, and I go, boom, there's the word right there.
Yeah,
That's the word. The word of the Lord. The word of the Lord came out of their mouth. They didn't even realize that word was for me. It was a confirmation of what I'd already been getting in my spirit. Remember when we first got into the charismatic movement, and a lot of people were, going around looking for a prophet to prophesy over them.
People are still doing it.
And they still do that. But I thought, and I've had many people prophesy over me, and I always take that prophecy and I'll write it down, and then I will just set it on the shelf, okay? Unless that's immediately confirming something that's already in my heart, I'm not going to do anything with it, because if God gives it, I don't have to bring it to pass.
No, He brings it to pass.
He brings
That's
it to
good.
pass. And that's the important thing right there, is that if God tells you direction to go do something, you wait until God brings that to pass, because He's giving you the word. He's not going to tell you to go do something and you go do it on your own.
No.
That's where we get in trouble.
Well, and that's what we do. We do go do it on our own, or try to make the decision ourselves, or
Yep.
try to figure it out financially, or whatever the problem is. We try to do it ourselves without Him telling us to do it. And when we do that, then we open the door for failure.
Yeah, that's what happens, and we miss it.
Yeah.
We miss it when
All of us have missed it.
and we all have. I think one of the big challenges is that when the Lord tells us. I remember when we were in Tulsa, and we had just left the church in Winterset and come back to Tulsa. We're traveling and just having a great time, and God began to speak to us about going back into the pasture, going and pioneering work, and really and truly. Really over a period of about 2 years, that process was, until we really had it in our heart. And then we began to ask the Lord, and we would say, we'd go to this city, Lord, is this the city, confirm in our hearts. And we were listening. We knew what God wanted us to do, but we wanted to do it in His timing, in His way, And to me, that's the part that's the challenge in a lot of people, is that you're trying, God gives you something, and then you push out to do it.
Yeah.
Well, don't do that. Don't do that until He gives you the green light. Brother Hagin used to say, my goal in life is always to walk right along beside the Lord.
Right.
Not behind Him and not in front of Him,
That's right.
And so I think we need to do that.
That's so important, because I've heard Brother Andrew Womack talk about this, about how people would come to him and they had a word that they were supposed to start a ministry, and he said, one young man, he said, don't do it, you're not ready.
Yeah.
And the young man wouldn't listen.
Yeah.
And he did it anyway, and he ended up failing because it didn't work out the way he thought it would.
Yeah.
And but Brother Andrew encouraged him and tried to get him back, but he never was the same after that because he was too young to do what he too young, not physically young in the Lord though, to do it. So we need to really wait on God. Don't just jump out there because we think we have the answer.
And if you don't have the answer today, don't panic.
That's
okay?
right.
Wait upon the Lord, allow the Lord, give the Lord time, okay? You know, he told Daniel, the angel came to Daniel and said, God heard you in the day you prayed. See, that's what we need to remember. God's not hard of hearing. You know, he's not saying, you go to the back of the line. When you pray, God hears that, okay? And you pray for direction, God will give you.
And leave it there with him. Leave it with him.
Quit taking it off the altar.
Quit taking it back and trying to do it yourself.
Amen. God bless you. We love you. Have a blessed day today.